Happy July 4th weekend. Thank y'all for pulling up. I told y'all yesterday, if any news breaks over the weekend, I will pull up. I will stop what I'm doing and give y'all just a little something. So we are here live and direct with a NBA free agency edition of Timeline T. Salute to those already in the chat. Salute to those with the thumbs down. I appreciate that. Funny times, funny world we live in. All right, let's go ahead. Y'all know why you're here. Y'all saw that thumbnail. Y'all see that title. Damian Lillard is running from the grind. Did Dame put that dislike? Maybe that's who did it. Okay. All right. Y'all know what the vibes is. Let me get my tab straightened up. I think we're in a good spot. We'll adjust on the fly. How y'all doing? What's good? Oh, man. Preston's heavy in the chat. Was good, Preston? How do we feel about free agency so far? Shit is lit. I mean, we finally got some action. It was a little quiet yesterday. There's a lot of generic re-signings. The bulk of free agency has been re-signings, but now we got the action that we've been waiting for. We got to have a conversation about that new CBA, but that's not for today. Today is about Damian Lillard. All right, let's go ahead, bring down the vibes, and let's go ahead straight to the screen. You see it here. Damian Lillard has requested a trade, and the franchise is expected to work to accommodate him. Okay, the Heat, Clippers, and Sixers are three teams that will have interest in exploring trades for Lillard. The Blazers are expected to value deals that would bring them back young players and assets. That's going to be very, very important. Young players and draft assets. To me, that should eliminate the Clippers. The Clippers don't have a lot of young players, okay? And plus, they might be trying to get the beard up out here. So I don't know why they think they could be in the mix, but I guess if they feel if the beard thing falls through, they might be able to spin the block on Dame. Doesn't make sense to me, but we'll see. Sixers, again, young players, they don't have that. So again, doesn't make a lot of sense why they're being mentioned here. I know they have interest in Dame, but why would Portland have interest in the Sixers? And then we have the Miami Heat. The world's worst kept secret. Mans was on IG playing Will Smith. Welcome to Miami in the background. He's been out here saying Bam Adebayo is his dog. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, Dame, we get it. You want to go to Miami. We just needed for you to say it. Why did it take this long for you to say it? All right, we'll go to the chat. Preston is out here. What's good, Preston? Scoop about to play with a major chip on his shoulder, knowing Dame didn't want to play with him. And I hope he does, because that type of chip might propel us further than we think, along with Sharp. Look, I think, you know, me and you have been going back and forth in the comments on some of the clips I got up. I think the Blazers are in a great position here. I think the Blazers are in a fantastic position here. You move on from Dame. You have your future star in waiting in Scoot Henderson. You have, you know, Anthony Simons is in coming into his fifth year. You got Shaedon Sharp, who flashed greatly last year. You bring back Jeremy Grant with the humongous bag that y'all gave him yesterday. It's a good young core in Rip City. Now Chauncey Billups, we'll find out if he could coach or not. Because to me, as long as Dame was going to be there, he was going to be hamstrung by having to deal with the ego, whether he wants to admit it or not, of one Damian Lillard. Preston again. Okay, now we could prepare for a Scoot and Sharp era, because it's about to be electrifying. No, I'm really big on Sharp. And, I mean, look, Anthony Simons has been holding it down, so I think he'll be a good piece. Scoot, you want Scoot to be your number one. You would assume Sharp would be your number two. Does that mean Simons should get flipped? And flipped for what? I think I want to see those three guards and how they, you know, coordinate, get a little three-man weave going, something like that. Chauncey knows all about the three-man weave. He could get that popping off. So all is well in Rip City. All is well in the PDX. Dame, he was loyal. He didn't want to run from the grind, but the drafting of Scoot Henderson left that team no choice but to say, yo, dogs, we can't build nothing here with you. Financially, it can't work, and we don't want to give up all that we've been amassing in terms of high-level draft picks. Shaedon Sharpe was the 7th overall pick. Scoot was 3rd. Like, you don't want to just hand that over to someone just to go get a Bam Adebayo. So you know what? You love Bam so damn much, we'll send you to Bam. How about that? Love it from the Portland perspective. Love it, love it, love it. Mavs, man, pulling up. What's good? Yo, quickie stream. I told y'all if something happens, I'll pull up for a little bit. Here we are. Scrub Zero, what's good? What up, though? So, okay, now that we've set that scene, now you notice the teams here that Woj has put out here. Heat, Clippers, Sixers, right? Let's go to our guy Shams. Wait, where did the Shams go? Here we go. No, that's not the Shams thing. We lost the Shams tab. Shams did not mention any other team but the Heat. Okay, take my word. Oh, wait, is this it? This is it. There we go. So, he mentioned the Nets. Excuse me. The Miami Heat and the Brooklyn Nets are among leading suitors. Because, again, if Portland really wants draft assets and young players, these are the two teams that have it. Now, again, I don't think Miami's young pieces are that great. Tyler Hero's the best that they got. Knowing that, Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson are with the Nets, even though you would assume Dame wants to play with them. But still, you might have to give up one of those. I'd rather have Mikal Bridges or most likely Cam Johnson. If someone's going to get traded, it's most likely Cam Johnson, right? So I would prefer Cam Johnson over Tyler Hero in a trade. But again, you want to acquiesce to Dame, so then you allow Dame to have his pick. It has been the worst kept secret in the league that he wants to go to Miami. So, all right, fine. We'll take Tyler Hero if you're Portland. So we'll see how that goes. But now that we have that out the way, the mouthpiece for Damian Lillard, your man's Chris Haynes, who was quiet as a church mouse on draft night after Scoot got drafted number 3 overall. Quiet as a church mouse, okay? Now, he's got all the shit. He's got all the tea. Sources, all that type. Dogs, you are tight with Dame and his camp. Just be upfront. Don't give me the sources bullshit, but it is what it is. We will try to pick out the good pieces here. The Miami Heat are his preferred destination. Let me see. We can zoom in on that a little bit better. Let me see. Let me get that. I know some of y'all might be on the phone with it. Try to get that zoomed in. All right. The Miami Heat are his preferred destination. Miami has been waiting for this domino to fall and will quickly engage with Portland in trying to get a deal done. Heat star Jimmy Butler has relayed to the team that Lillard is his number 1 target. No shit, Jimmy. No shit. What a shock that someone of Jimmy Butler's ilk wants Dame to run with. The Heat are prepared to offer a package centered around Tyler Hero with possibly Duncan Robinson and picks, sources say. The Heat would prefer to keep Caleb Martin out of any trade scenarios. Dog, if they trick off this trade because of Caleb fucking Martin, we get to air him out. I'm airing out Riley, Spoelstra, Arison, the owner, all of them. If they are going to be shaky in the light in this deal because of some Caleb Martin, open season. Let's move on. Portland could try to include Yusuf Nurkic in a deal, sources say. So, now, that to me would mean that's where the Caleb Martin piece, because financially, Hero and Robinson is enough. But if you put in Nurkic, that pushes the numbers to where you would probably have to include Caleb Martin if you want Nurkic. But if you're Miami, why would you want Nurkic? I guess you could let Bam go be a 4. So let's see. Dame, Jimmy. Who's the 3? Who's the 3 in Miami? You're trading Hero, so it ain't him. Who's going to be the 3 in Miami? They lost Strus. Can't be him. Didn't they pick up Josh Richardson? Josh Richardson going to start at the, or do you move Jimmy back to the 3 and have Jay Rich as the 2? And then you have Bam and Nurkic. I don't know about that. The Nurkic part, that could just be Portland wanting to do a real fresh, clean reset. Let's get all the Dame dudes out of here. We got CJ out of here. You know, we moved on from Cam Reddish. We moved on from all these dudes over the last 2 years. Nurkic is probably will be the most tenured Blazer if Dame goes. So it makes sense from that perspective. I don't know why Miami will want him. So Lillard felt the time was now to request a trade after coming off of a career year and doing so before teams depleted their assets and before quality free agents disappeared from the board. This is all nonsense. This is all absolute nonsense. All right, so let's assume this happens, right? What does the Miami Heat with Damian Lillard look like in the East? Is this a championship contender? Is this a legitimate super team? Are we ready to call Dame, Bam, and Jimmy a super team? Is that the type of time we're on? Are we ready to do that? Because I'm ready to sit here and tell y'all how that's still not a super team. It's a very good team. It's probably top 2 team in the East. I would think if Dame is Dame, I would put them over Boston. I would still go Milwaukee as the class of the East, especially since they're bringing everybody back. They're bringing back Brook Lopez. They re-upped on him. We're going to talk about them in a little bit here. But the Bucks are running it back. So now, are the Heat the class of the East? Where do you have them standing? Right now, if we go ahead and pull up, y'all know I'll get the basketball reference up. We'll see how that go. Get the basketball reference up. In the East, where are they? You see it here. Milwaukee, Boston, Philly, Cleveland. Miami was a 7 seed. We know why. Injuries, horrific shooting. Next to dead last in the league in field goal percentage in the regular season. So you would assume with Dame, that gets improved. You would assume with Jay Rich, that would improve. Just the presence of Dame should open up a lot of threes for whoever is left in Miami. So Milwaukee, Boston, you got to assume Philly is going to take a hit. No matter what they get back in the Beard trade, you got to assume Philly is not going to be a top 3 team in the East. Scrub Zero saying, heck no to Miami being a super team. Okay. Scrub Zero, the Heat would get to top 4. Top 4. Okay. I think that's fair. I think that's more than fair. As high as 2. Okay, yeah, so we're kind of on the same page. We're kind of on the same page. I think if you're looking at Milwaukee, to me, I'm not saying it's completely a fluke last year what happened to them, but I'm willing to put it in that category until proven otherwise. Boston, as much as I like the Porzingis thing, they still don't have a point guard, right? So even though they got rid of Marcus Smart, who was a try-hard at the point guard position, he was never a point guard. And Porzingis is an upgrade, especially giving them some actual low post threat and as a stretch hybrid 4/5. So I'm not mad at that. But the Achilles heel is still a facilitator. They have not addressed that yet. So to me, they're still in that 2 to 3 range. I can see Miami leapfrogging them and capturing the 2 spot. Philly, depending on what they get for the Beard, I don't see them hanging on to that 3 spot. This is where maybe a Cleveland, if they can figure things out. Maybe Max Strus is that much of a difference maker for them. Highly doubt it, but let's play it out. They might be able to slide up there. You know, so I think it's going to be really interesting to see how this gets detailed, because the main part is Dame wants out, finally, right? You're Portland, you're saying, thankfully, we can turn the page and move on from the Damian Lillard era. We can now usher in the Scoot Henderson era and keep it pushing from there. Cool beans. End of story. Now, if you're Miami, you were just in the NBA Finals. You were outclassed in the NBA Finals. It's the second time in 4 years you've been to the NBA Finals and you've been outclassed in those NBA Finals. How can you get over the hump? Now you have a bona fide, true number one option and true superstar. Because remember, we were having debates of if Jimmy Butler's even a superstar. I still don't think he is. Now they have one in Damian Lillard. How does that offense look? Now, Spoelstra isn't the best offensive mastermind. No shade. It's just that's not his specialty, right? How does an offense, because look, Dame is an ISO player. So is Jimmy. And Bam just kind of feeds off the help of others. Adding in another ISO player, how does that offense look? If we go look at Miami real quick, and again, this roster is definitely in flux. I'll zoom out a little bit now. This roster is definitely in flux. Strus is already gone. Gabe Vincent's already gone. Tyler Hero most likely will be gone. So if they can somehow hang on to Caleb Martin, you got Caleb Martin. They're probably going to waive Lowry. They already traded Oladipo. Robinson will be. They're going to have to sign some dudes. There's not a lot of dudes on this roster. Look at this roster is going to be completely overhauled. Strus gone. Gabe Vincent gone. Hero gone. Most likely Lowry gone. Oladipo gone. Duncan Robinson gone. Kevin Love came back. And Haslam gone. They got to sign some bodies. Now, they brought in Jay Rich. That's fine. But, yeah, they need some bodies, bro. Those rookies they got on draft night, they might have to really be, like, pertinent right now. They might get some real run this upcoming season. Mavs, man. Miami knows how to get something out of no names, top 4 or 5. Okay. I'm not mad at that. I am not mad at that. I think there's something to that. Here's the thing, though. No names ain't going to get you no chip, bro. And they're going to have to log a lot of minutes. You see teams loading up with their starting lineups. We see it with Phoenix. Phoenix are just backfilling with just dudes. Either you play with KD, you know KD or whatever, or you're just willing to take the vet minimum. Lakers are doing the same thing. We're going to run it back with all of our main guys, but to fill out these roster spots, you just got to take that vet minimum and just ride it out on the bench. That's what's happening in and around this league. So teams are going to try to run it back with no names, but the thing in the matter is that the Nuggets, I think, still have the most complete starting 5. And yes, Bruce Brown left for the bag, but he was off the bench. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I'm really interested to see how this plays out. All right, so we got that. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Damian Lillard to the Heat, the Portland aspect of it, the Miami aspect of it. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. We can chop it up about that. But let's slide on to the Lake Show. The Lakers are running it back. Where's that tweet at? Here we go. So Austin Reeves, restricted free agent that he was, has agreed to return to the LA Lakers on a 4-year, $56 million early bird maximum contract. That's the important part. More details. Austin Reeves' new deal contains a player option on year 4, a 15% trade kicker, and the maximum advance allowable. The Lakers included everything they legally could, and maybe illegally, to make sure Reeves stayed in Los Angeles. So basically, they gave him an offer Austin Reeves could not refuse. That's where we're at with it. That's where we're going here. And it's also, if we take a look at the list, we'll get to the LaMelo thing and the Obi thing. Where is it? Okay. I got to move my tabs around. All right. So Lakers in free agency so far, they gave Austin Reeves 4 years, 56. Rui comes back 3 years, 51. Gabe Vincent, we talked about that yesterday, 3 years, $33 million. D'Lo comes back. That to me is an upset. I did not expect D'Angelo Russell to spin the block, but I guess the market was slim on both sides. This might be a lose-lose proposition where the Lakers are like, I guess, and D'Lo is like, I guess, and they just make it happen. So Taurean Prince, 1 year, $4.5 million. And then you got Cam Reddish, Y'all know how I feel about Cam Reddish. If you're a fan of the DCMD podcast, link for that is in the description. But man, Cam Reddish, Jackson Hayes, both on minimum deals for the next 2 years. Filling out that roster. Rob Pelinka. And let's be clear. Jackson Hayes being in the fold now means one thing, and we can definitively close the book on this. The Lakers won the Anthony Davis trade. They got the guy that ended up being the pick that they traded for. It's gotten to the point where literally everyone that was involved in that trade has spun the block and become a Laker. Okay. So, Lake Show is out here trying to run it back. Now, taken into an accord of looking at the Western Conference, right? Let's get to the West. Denver, Memphis, Sac. Lakers were down here at the 7th seed as a play. And we know why. Bron hurt, AD hurt. Horrible roster in the beginning of the year. They flipped the switch post-trade deadline, and they were one of the better teams in the league post-trade deadline, right? They're taking most of those players back. Vanderbilt also is back. All the guys that matter. They still might bring back Malik Beasley. I think that's more up in the air. Troy Brown Jr. is gone. I think that's a blessing in disguise. With this roster running it back with minor additions like a Jackson Hayes, like a Cam Reddish, like a Gabe Vincent, who's probably going to be your starting point guard, where do the Lakers fall now? Denver's most likely going to stand pat. Memphis went out here and they got Derrick Rose. Sacramento hasn't really made any big splash. They brought back Harrison Barnes. We know what Phoenix did, so you're probably going to put Phoenix at that 2 spot, right? Clippers, if they get the beard, you got to put them in the mix for maybe a 2 or a 3 spot. But what about that 4 spot, the 4-5 spot? Are we looking at the Lake Show? Are we looking at the Dubs? Is there anyone down here? I'm sure Mavs Main probably thinks, a full year of Kyrie and Luka should be able to be, especially not in the play-in, assuming health and no other shenanigans. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Y'all let me know. What do y'all think of the Lake Show? Running it back, adding Gabe Vincent, sprinkling in a little Cam Reddish, a little Jackson Hayes, and they're probably not done. I can't say the name I heard in the group chat last night, but there's a name I heard, and I'll admit to y'all if it happens or if it doesn't happen, I'll admit if it's the name. But there was a name I heard last night that if the Lake Show could find a way to pull that off, we might need another emergency stream. Okay. Magic Man is in the house. Was good. Dame has finally done it. Yeah, it's long overdue, bro. Long overdue. Scrub Zero. Cam Reddish about to be underutilized again on Lakers. I don't think so. Scrub Zero. Here's where I think, one, he's going to the Lakers and he's going to be under the tutelage of Phil Handy. Now, if you're inside the league, you know that name like that, right? I've been trying to put his name out there a lot on my platforms because I think he is a savant of the highest level. He has trained up all these youngins. As much as the Heat get props for their undrafted players, Heat culture, Kuzma, THT, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura. Like, we could keep going on and on and on of these unheralded Lakers that have all of a sudden the switch has been flipped after a very short amount of time being on the Lakers. And it has nothing to do with being with LeBron, has nothing to do with the lore of the purple and gold or any of that mystique nonsense. It is purely just being able to, day in, day out, work with Phil Handy. You put Cam Reddish, who's got all the talent in the world and was supposed to be a number one. He was supposed to be a number one option on some team. He's supposed to be a franchise player. He should have never went to Duke. And then he got screwed by Atlanta. And then we know what happened with Nick's Tate. And in Portland, he was just a warm body. I think with the Lake Show, he'll get a chance to prove it. And when you're there with Phil Handy and he studies the tape and he gets you out on the court and watches your footwork, watches how your game evolves and develops, I like Cam Reddish under the tutelage of Phil Handy. So I'll just give him that grace. I still think he's a top-tier guy. I still believe in the potential. If it never pans out, I'll fall back on it and say I was crazy, but I still believe in Cam Reddish. Magic Man, I thought this was a podcast. Yes, this is a podcast. The problem is these live streams are adding the video component to it. I had an audio-only podcast, and I still do. It's just this live stream has made things way more seamlessly to do than the podcast. Unless you know a video editor who wants to edit the podcast, the video version of it, then let me know. Send them my way. Magic Man, thank you. The Lakers have been one to trade. Yeah, I mean, Woj, there was a concerted effort in the media, blue check boys and girls, to try to spin the narrative that the Pelicans won the Anthony Davis trade. It was really nasty. If you go back and try to like Google some of the old articles, like I think I even have, do I have something on this channel? I think I have an early pod episode or just a clip on this channel talking about that. It was very nasty. It was extremely nasty. And it was some of the bluest of blue check boys. Woj was in there saying something crazy, caping up for the Pelicans. Shams, not so much, but I think Ramona Shelburne. It was a lot of the big dogs in the industry that were clearly caping to spin the narrative that the Pelicans won the Anthony Davis to the Lakers trade. Ridiculous. Oh, Popovich. Popovich was another one. Okay, Scrub Zero. I still think the Lakers are around that playing range. Wow. Maybe get to 6 or 5, but I don't trust the guy from Akron. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's very fair. Especially if he's not able to keep up with his expensive workout routine and body regimen, right, Magic Man? Mavs main, dudes forgot how to play when they started hooping with LeBron. Well, it's you're in that LeBron aura, right? Like everyone keeps saying, oh, I can't wait. Anthony Davis has to take it from LeBron. I'm like, it doesn't work that way when you play with LeBron. When has LeBron ever been the second option? I'll wait. The best Anthony Davis we've seen was in the bubble when LeBron wasn't really himself, even though he still got Finals MVP, and I feel he shouldn't have. And then whenever LeBron's been out, AD cooks. If the keys were genuinely and authentically and ethically handed over to Anthony Davis, I don't think we would have all this street clothes talk and, every other day, alternate Davis and all that shit. Like, I don't think we would get all that, but it is what it is. Magic Man and Alex Caruso. Yep. He's another one. Yep. Good catch. He's another one. All Pels have is no playoff series wins and a couple of playoff wins and a whole and Lakers made it to the conference. I mean, Lakers took that trade and won a chip immediately. So, meanwhile, the Pels flipped that trade, flipped that pick that was supposed to be the 4th pick, flipped it around, ended up being the 8th pick, and they took Jackson Hayes. You know who were the next 2 picks after Jackson Hayes? Rui Hachimura and Cam Reddish. And they're all Lakers now. So, all right, we did that. Cool. So I'm confident in the Lakers. I'm confident. I'm still a little iffy on the Gabe Vincent shit. I am not sold. I'm not sold on Gabe Vincent. I saw a lot of Lakers Twitter yesterday before Elon put in this ridiculous tweet limit. They're saying he's going to be like a Derek Fisher type. Gabe Vincent is giving Derek Fisher for Lake Show. I don't know if I could roll with that, dogs. I understand it. Small guy, shooter, scorer. Like, I get it in terms of the makeup, but yeah. I don't get it. So it remains to be seen how that goes. Magic Man, you saying that LeBron should pull a Wade and give the keys to AD like how Wade gave him the keys? Yes, I think it should have been happened. One of the most viral clips I got on Instagram. It's on at the Sandy Podcast, all one word. Is me saying LeBron needs to hand over the keys, and Laker fans were big mad. I was debating people for months in those damn comments. But yeah, I've been here, dogs. Like, I'm a real believer in what Anthony Davis could do as a number one option. I mean, he swept Dame by himself. The Heat are going crazy that they getting Damian Lillard. Like, oh, great, we got Dame now. We got a real number one option. Anthony Davis swept Dame. Swept him up out of here. Dolo. So, I mean, you know, people keep talking about who's a star, who's a superstar, who's top five. You had Damian Lillard, who was really peak Dame. Okay? That's peak Dame. The Miami Heat Dame that they're getting is not going to be the same Dame that AD swept in the playoffs a few years ago. Okay? But, you know, it's a cool story. It's a cool story, though. Anywho, so we shall slide over to, as we do an abbreviated version. All right, I'll hit the chat one last time. Scrub Zero, tap it in. LeBron should have been handed over the keys to AD. Much as I don't like AD, he's the best player on the Lakers right now. And has been ever since he showed up. And that's the part. That's the part that bothers me. We give LeBron, or excuse me, they give LeBron all this credit for being, oh, he's a great passer. He's a pass-first guy. Well, he doesn't understand what the fuck he got in Anthony Davis? If this guy's supposed to be, you know, the evolution of Magic Johnson from the forward position. When Magic had Kareem, guess what he did? He fed fucking Kareem. Only with LeBron is like, well, you got to learn to play with LeBron. Like, what do you mean? He wanted them to trade for AD because he's younger and better. Then you get him, and now you're going to still make him bow down to you? The only time I see aggressive Anthony Davis is when LeBron is hurt. And now that's becoming more of a common occurrence. But the best AD on the Lakers is when LeBron is hurt. So how's that going to work going forward? Because you still need LeBron. But if LeBron is supposed to be this great facilitator, leading scorer, he's going to be top 5 in assists all time. He's compiling at this point. How about make a concerted effort to feed Anthony Davis and get him the 25 shots? It's something I used to document this shit on the Elon app. Every time for at least this past season, actually, for about a 3-week span, you could chart it damn near. Damn near every time the Lakers won is when Anthony Davis took more shots than LeBron. Whenever LeBron took more shots, more than likely the Lake Show lost. That's a real fucking thing. It's not just hyperbole. It's not hot taking. There's actual data to back this shit up. But because he's the chosen one, because he's the king, no one can say anything. And here comes a trope. The AD too damn injury prone. That is not true, sir. That is not true, sir. That's not true. There are numbers that will show you that Anthony Davis is not as injury prone as everyone likes to make fun of. It's not true. It's not true. We could go ahead and look up the numbers. Oh, I wish I had that stat. I'm going to go find that stat. Obviously, I won't do that now because I'm not going to be on here that much longer. But I will go ahead and find that stat because there was a stat that showed about how many more games Anthony Davis has played in than some players you would not normally think of. Like, there's some players that you don't think are injury prone that are actually injury prone when you compare them to Anthony Davis. But it is what it is. I ain't going to go into no deep dive on that right now. And here's Magic Man getting in his KD slander, even on the quickie stream. All right, so let's move on to the Bucks. The Bucks are running it back. Where is that tweet? LaMelo got a bag, by the way. 5 years, 260. 5 years, 260. So salute to LaMelo. He deserves it. He's the franchise. Even with Brandon Miller, he is the franchise. Okay. Knicks tape are finalizing the trade to send Obi Toppin to the Pacers for 2 future second-round picks. What does this mean for Obi's brother, who the Knicks signed in a 2-way on draft night, as I would assume, as a favor to Obi? At least his brother got him in the league. And Tyrese Halliburton, who I've been a big proponent for on the CMD podcast. Again, the link is in the description. Tyrese Halliburton, can't wait. Can't wait. I'm going to be on my Mahomes, Tyreek, fuck it, Obi up there somewhere. Yeah, a lot of alleys. Assuming Obi gets the run, you would assume he would get a more run. I mean, they have no size in Indiana. You have no size. So Obi should get some real run. Scrub Zero, just looking at the games played, it only seems to be the last 2 seasons AD missed a huge chunk of games. Yeah, it really is that. Like, if you really want to get into it, 54, so you know he missed time, right? 40 games, he missed real time, right? Then you got to remember some of this is bubble. You know what I'm saying? Some of this was the fake injury to kind of force the Pelicans' hand. Remember, he shut it down late in the season with the Pels because he's like, yo, I ain't coming back here. Like, there's no reason for me to keep hooping. I might get hurt. I'm trying to be a Laker. So there's a lot of stuff. But 68, 61, 66, 75, 75, like that whole narrative really only began that last year with the Pelicans. And I was just like, but he clearly shut it down because he was trying to force his way out. But it is what it is. I just let people say whatever they want. People listen to Charles Barkley. People listen to people on other networks and just go with their narratives and repeat the same stuff. So, tis what it is, man. So, Brook Lopez has agreed to return to the Bucks on a 2-year, $48 million deal. We can do the math on that. That is 24 M's per year. And we have seen a trend here when it comes to the Bucks. They're bringing back Chris Middleton. It's a 3-year deal, but let me see. I'll even come off the screen. They're bringing back Chris Middleton for a 3-year deal. However, it's really a 2-in-1 deal, right? 2 years guaranteed, and the last year, the 3rd year, is a player option. Drew Holiday has 2 years left on his contract. And now the Bucks are bringing back Brook Lopez on a 2-year deal. Are y'all sensing a theme? Drew Holiday has already said, when my contract is done, I am retiring. Chris Middleton, 2 years guaranteed on that deal with a player option for the 3rd year that he's most likely going to opt out of. So that means it's really a 2-year deal. And now Brook Lopez back on a 2-year deal. I'm asking the question, where is the Nigerian freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, going to be playing after that 2nd year is done? Because clearly this core is going to change in 2 years. So if there's a team that wants to load up and try to get Giannis Antetokounmpo, you got 2 years. You have 2 years to figure it out, to stockpile all your chips, to get all the future first, to get all the pick swaps, lottery protected, whatever. You have 2 seasons to get that because this Bucks core is clearly done in 2 years. All the contracts are lined up to end in 2 years. Who's going to make the play for the Nigerian freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo? Who's going to do it? And that's why, to me, this Bucks thing is fascinating because they clearly think their window is 2 more years. We're paying Middleton. We're paying Brook Lopez. Drew already gave us the heads up. We got 2 years to figure this out. But they gave up 5 second-round picks for Boss Man 99, Jay Crowder. They got 2 years to figure this out. Who is going to be in line in 2 years with the assets necessary to go get the Nigerian freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo? Magic Man, DCMD, how is LeBron named LeBron with a capital B? Hey, you got to ask Mama James about that one. More KD slander. Scrub Zero, the Bucks about to make this push for this 2-year window. Yeah, they got no choice. I think that's what Tyreek Hill said. I don't know. Halliburton. Yeah, Mahomes, Tyreek. Yeah. Mavs man saying Thunder. Hey, Presti, look, yo, that Thunder roster. Shit, if I'm the Bucks, you got to think about it. If I'm the Bucks, I'm waiting for Presti. If I'm Bucks ownership, then I'm like, yo, dogs, I ain't trying to give Giannis no other contract. I'm tired of having to pay him and his brother. We gonna get all these motherfuckers out of here after 2 years. All right, let me go to OKC. By then, we'll know what's up with Chet. By then, right? That'll be entering year 3 for Chet. We'll know what Chet is. We'll know more about Josh Giddey. We could build that trade right now, bro. We can build that trade right now. If I'm the Bucks, I'm rolling up on Presti and I'm saying, Giddey, Chet. You could throw in one of the Williams, either Jalen or Jalen. Like you can throw in any of these dudes. I'm taking at least 3 of these dudes. If Presti says here's 3, take any 3. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going Chet, who's down here at the bottom. Chet, who from what I've been told, he ain't gonna be no pushover. He may look like one, but he ain't gonna be no pushover. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm gonna fall back. But a lot of people that I know and trust around the league are saying, no, Chet is not for play. He gonna be on the block. I'm like, Chet gonna be on the block? Chet gonna be on the block with it. We'll see. But even if they push back on Chet, right? Let's say Chet is Chet and he's untouchable. All right, give me Poku, either Jalen or Jalen Williams, and Giddey. Bring me Giannis. You can have Giannis at that point. Because that's why Presti's doing this. He's doing this the way that Sam Hinkie thought he could get this off. This is the real process right here. Getting the first round picks is one thing, but taking the right guys that can develop is the next piece. And the Sixers always trick that off. Jahlil Okafor, Michael Carter-Williams, Markelle Fultz. They always, they got snake bit with Fultz in the unofficial accident. That was an accident. But ultimately, they kept picking the wrong dudes that weren't tradable once you figured out they're not the guy. OKC got at least 3 guys right now. 3 guys. Giddey's ceiling to me is a third or a second option on a contender. I really like Jalen Williams. He's a top tier piece. Jalen Williams in the post, dog. He does work. Like him, especially on the defensive end. Jang, I want to see a little bit more. Poku is a problem in the paint. He's got some wiggle to him. And then if Chet is one of those, shit. OKC might fuck around and be a 4 seed. This could be really spooky if Chet is who they think he is, with SGA, with both Jalen Williamses and a Dort and a Giddey. That's 6 dudes off rip. And there's more. Jang could be in there. Sarge is, I don't know if Sarge is still there. I think he's a free agent. I don't think Sarge is still there. But, like, there's still some dudes here. Kendrick Williams is a good vet. I don't know, man. Y'all see it on paper. If y'all have a chance, just keep an eye on OKC this year. I would love to know what their over-under win total is. That might be something to sprinkle a little. Nah, I mean, I ain't trying to be Shams out here trying to get y'all to spend out money when I know something that's counter, by the way. But anyway, we'll hit the chat. Preston in the chat. Pels beat the Blazers in the first round with AD and DeMarcus Cousins and Drew Holiday. I thought that was the year he got hurt. I could be wrong. I just know it was a sweep. Let's see. Previous season. Damn, gotta go that far back for that win? Damn. Series stats. Yeah, Boogie didn't play. But yeah, that was when Boogie was hurt. So I'll give you Drew. Drew played. And he clamped Dame. So AD, Drew, and they had Rondo. Rondo was on his point guard shit. Rondo also clamped Dame. More so CJ, but he also gave Dame that work too. Magic Man. Yeah, you're right, but it's a cool name. It's like having the first names, okay? Preston, the Thunder roster is decent. I think it's more than decent, bro. I think it's more than decent. Those youngins. The problem is they're in OKC, right? That's the problem. So no one's going to take them seriously, but those pieces individually can all go. Now the thing is, well, how do we make all 7 of these high-level lottery picks work? That's where coaching comes involved. Patrick in the house was good, Patrick. OKC roster got real pieces. That's big facts. Big facts. What else we got here? Yeah, the point fraud or Kevin, I feel you. Magic Man is in high level troll mode today. Preston, I don't think Presti will trade Chet. Maybe Giddy. I don't know about the Chet. He likes Chet a lot. I mean, I will hope so. I mean, even though he hasn't seen him in a real game. I'm sure he's seen him hoop. But yeah, I agree. Even, like I'm saying, even without Chet, I think they got pieces that can go. Giddy, both Jalen Williamses, I'm here for it. Yeah, the Sixers really did trick off the process, man. They just picked dudes. They had bad talent evaluators. Chet got some dog in him to be that skinny. Nah, yeah, it was really interesting to have people say, no. Don't sleep on Chet in the paint. I'm like, really? Because I'm like, all right, y'all see how Victor Wembanyama, he's going to be a perimeter guy. Yes, he'll do some stuff in the paint, but he's going to be mostly a perimeter guy. They're like, yeah, Chet could do that too, but no, he likes to be in the paint. I'm like, oh, shit. Okay. Drew locked up Dame, yeah. Yeah, he did. That's cool. But Drew got cooked by Jimmy Butler this past season. He got cooked. Jimmy was taking his lunch. I ain't never seen Drew Holiday be barbecue chicken like that. That's why that man said, yo, I'm retiring after this contract, because if Jimmy Butler is making me look like barbecue chicken, then it's time to walk away, dogs. Script Zero, yeah, Cousins got hurt and the Pels still got them brooms out for Dame. Yep. Preston, okay. Yep. Preston is a Blazers guy. He is our resident Blazers fan. I was being modest, but I feel the same on the AKC roster. They got some dogs for real. Nah, it's facts. I feel you. Because especially they right there in the West. Like, they can. I mean, I would love to see SGA versus Scoot like in 2 years. That's assuming SGA is still there. Like, it's a huge if. Don't know, but you know. Mavs, man. Mavs brought back Dwight Powell. Offseason ruined. Mavs get a great FF. Yo, dog, I thought that was the whole point of drafting Lively. I don't understand. Or Likely, but whatever his name is. I don't understand that at all. I thought it was a great move to trade back, still get the guy that it seemed was a layup draft pick for y'all, and you still bring it back Dwight Powell? That's a nasty move. That's a nasty, nasty move. Let's see. Preston Chet just needs to bulk up more. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if his frame can carry it. I don't know if he could do like that Giannis transformation. But yeah, I mean, it would be nice. But he's had over a year to get in shape. Drew retired? No, so after the playoffs this past year, Drew announced or just said in his exit interview that he's going to play out his contract, which has 2 years left on it. And then he's going to retire. Now, he said that after tricking it off in the first round and getting barbecue chicken by Jimmy Butler. Now, maybe he was just in his emotions when he said that. Or he could be for real. So that's why, to me, he's like, that's why the Bucks are structuring all these deals to be done when Drew said he's going to be walking away. Because then that means that group window for a chip is closed. So that's why I think it's very interesting the way that we've had the Brook Lopez deal be structured for just 2 years. And we've had the Chris Middleton deal structured for 3 years, but it's really just 2 years with a third year as a player option. So if the math starts to math, Drew's gone in 2 years, potentially Middleton's gone in 2 years, and Brook Lopez is gone in 2 years. So then Giannis in 2 years? Something to think about. The man, the way I'm feeling, I want to see Scoot and Dame match up after this trade when he gets my day. That's hilarious. Hey, look, that first game he come back, it's going to be emotional in the building. They're going to see all the little highlight videos and, tributes and all that type of shit. But Scoot going to be out for blood. Like that's all. Don't worry about Scoot. Scoot going to be out for blood. Okay? Mavs, man, 3 years, $12 million. Well, I have no idea, bro. I have no idea. Cubans got to explain that one. Cubans got to explain that. Like, what's the rationale in Mavs land so far? Like, why? Like, Dwight Powell is, I mean, he might be the worst starting center in the league. Like, I'm really trying to sit here and think, like, who's worse at starting center than Dwight Powell? Mitchell Robinson is better than Dwight Powell. Nicholas Claxton is better than Dwight Powell. Clint Capella, I'm going down this list. I'm trying to think. Like Brook Lopez, yes. Tom Lord, yes. Embiid, yes. Jared Allen, yes. Mitch Rob, yes. Nick Claxton, yes. Bam Adebayo, yes. Clint Capella, yes. Who's starting at center for Toronto? It's not Valanciunas. Oh, well, now it's Pirtle. Pirtle's better than he's better than Dwight Powell. Vucevic for the Bulls is better. Miles Turner is better. Who's the Wizards starting center? It wasn't Porzingis, right? Who played their last game? Damn, is Dwight Powell the worst starting center in the league? Oh, Daniel Gafford is better than Nicholas Claxton. Is better than Dwight Powell. Orlando. Who they got next to Paolo? Oh, Wendell Clark. Yep, he's better than Dwight Powell. Charlotte, who they have? A Zeller? They have the other Zeller. Detroit got Weissman. Yeah, dogs. He might be the worst starting center in the league, dog. Jokic, Steven Adams, Sabonis, Ayton, Zubac, Looney. Is Kevon Looney better than Dwight Powell? I'll say yes, but that's something we might have to actually revisit. AD, of course. Karl Anthony Towns, sure. Ooh, the Pels. Valanciunas, he's better. OKC, Jalen Williams for sure. Utah, it's not Laurie, right? Laurie's not the center. Who's center for Utah? Kelly Olynyk. Kelly Olynyk is better than Dwight Powell. God damn, bro. He really is the worst starting. Nurkic in Portland. Houston. Who's the starting center for Houston? This might be the only team that he might be able to beat out. Yeah. Seguin is better than he's better than Dwight Powell. And then the Spurs. Is it the Spurs, maybe? God damn. Mavs, man, you got absolutely the worst starting center in the league. I mean, Bates Jop? No, he's a Laker now anyway. The Spurs didn't even have a center. Well, they got one now, allegedly, in Big Vic. So, yeah, Dwight Powell, the worst starting NBA center in the league. And Mavs Man sums it up. I know high school centers who are better than Dwight Powell. I do not believe you, Magic Man. All good, Preston, all good. Get that ship at sale for holiday. Yeah, man. I mean, he's like, his advantage is for a guy his size, he's strong as hell, and he's got the defensive quickness to go along with it. Once the quickness starts to erode, so does the effectiveness as a defensive player. Preston, I think it hurt him. Dame decided to be traded and not to play with him. He gonna definitely be out for blood and with something to prove to the fan base. Hey, I just want to see him and Shaden Sharp and Anthony Simons go crazy. Like, I'm starting all three of them. If I'm Chauncey, I'm starting all three of them. Let's not play no games. Jeremy Grant at the 4. If Nurkic is there, cool. If not, we'll find a big. There's plenty of bigs still available. Like, I'm letting all three of them youngins loose. Nazir Little, he gets to cook more. Like, all those cats. That's how I was hoping low-key they would keep Cam Reddish, but it's all good. He's down there with Phil Handy in L.A. I thought Gafford, no, he is. He is. For some reason, he was not starting in that last game of the season. I don't know why, but yeah. No, I want Nurk gone. He is useless to us now. Plus, he won't play hard for the young guys, but who knows? Okay, that's fair. Well, there's nobody else on the roster, right? There's no backup big that you want to step in there, right? Didn't Eubanks leave? Eubanks left, so he's gone already. Any of these rookies from last year worth a damn? 6'10", Chance, Comanche or Comanche? I don't know. You got a guy on the two-way. There's some free agents. We'll wrap up with some of the best free agents available. Now, we know Lopez is gone. Reeves is gone. But Miles Bridges, Russie, Christian Wood. I can see Christian Wood back in Portland. That'll be good. Pat Bev is going to Philly. Dylan Brooks has not signed yet. We got some restricted free agents. PJ Washington. He could be a guy that could fit in as a smallish 4/5 somewhere. Grant Williams is getting a lot of attention from Memphis, apparently. Dante DiVincenzo, Kelly Oubre, Malik Beasley, Bossman 99. Plumlee is out there. That could be somebody starting center. If you get rid of Nurkic, Mason Plumlee is right there. All right, let's see. Did we miss anything before we wrap up here? Thank y'all for pulling up on this abbreviated timeline T. Okay, Rockets are nearing a deal, sending 2 former first-round picks, Ty Washington, and okay, that's a middling deal. What about Dillon Brooks to the Blazers? To do what, though? He's going to want to start. You're starting him? And where are you starting him? Unless you're going to move Simons to the bench? Because I'm assuming, I think Simons deserves to start. That's why I don't know if you can, I don't know about the Dillon Brooks thing. I don't know about the Dillon Brooks thing. Yep. We know Reeves is back. The Lakers are running it all back. Defense, I mean, I think his level of defense is slightly overrated. Like, he's a try-hard. I don't know if he has actual defensive, high-level defensive skills. He certainly can play defense one-on-one. Sure. But is he clamping people? No, he's just physical. Physical at the point of attack. I don't know. I'm thinking, just start. Okay. All right. I mean, I'm not mad at that either. I'm not mad at starting Shaedon Sharpe at the 3. I'm not mad at that at all. As long as he's starting. That's all I know. Like, he needs to be in that lineup. And you go with Scoot, Anthony Simons at the 2, and Shaedon Sharpe at the 3. Brooks, if he's willing to accept a role off the bench, I highly doubt that, then sure. But, yeah, that's where I would be with it. Let's see. We'll bounce around a little bit, see if there's anything. Okay. A potential Portland-Miami deal for Damian Lillard would almost certainly include the involvement of a third team. Okay. That's an actual update. A third team, a 3-team deal to get Dame to Miami. So that could mean more. And this is what I was talking about earlier. Like, I don't think Tyler Hero is enough if I'm Portland. Tyler Hero can't be the crown jewel. Sorry. That can't be it. I'm not giving up a franchise player and I'm getting someone who was allegedly held out of the NBA Finals. I'm not doing that. And Tyler Hero plays a similar position to guys I got already that I think ceilings are higher. I think Shaedon Sharpe's ceiling is higher than Tyler Hero's. So why am I going crazy and bending over backwards for Dame just to get some damn Tyler Hero and some, 20 to 30 future first round picks? Like, those picks are going to be in the 20s to 30s. Like, why am I giving that up? So I want more if I'm Portland. That's why I'm like, I'm really calling the Nets. I'm calling the Nets if I'm Portland, saying, if all I'm getting is Tyler Hero, Dame don't got no trade. Dame don't got no trade. He ain't no Bradley Beal. If I could get Cam Johnson, who just re-upped, put him with Jeremy Grant, I'll play small ball. I'll play small ball. If I got Scoot, Simons, Sharpe, Jeremy Grant, and Cam Johnson, small ball, baby. We outside. Positionless basketball. Positionless basketball. But if you're telling me the most I'm going to get is some damn Tyler Hero for Dame, nah, dogs, you better go get another team to kick me some shit in. Throw me some future first, some unprotected. Don't be protecting the hell out of my picks. Don't be giving me no top 20 protected picks and shit. No. I'm giving you what a lot of people would still believe is a top 5, top 10 player. I need more than some Tyler Hero back, dogs, and some way down the line future first. I'm sorry. Pressure seems to agree. Salute. I mean, I don't think it's that difficult. The problem is how bad Dame needs to specify to the team. Is it truly Miami or bust? Because you know what I would do? If I'm Portland, I call his fucking bluff. Because if you're telling me I only want to go to Miami, cool story, bro. I want more back than Tyler Hero. So you go holler at Mickey Harrison, Spoelstra, and Pat Riley and tell them, y'all better find some other pieces, dogs, because they not with it. You're being forced to move him, right? But that doesn't mean I got to take a short. The Blazers still hold the leverage here because Dame is under contract. If Dame wants to be in Miami that bad, okay. Tell them to kick up some more assets, some real assets, not some 2035 future fucking first round pick. No. I need some shit right now, dogs. And more than some damn Tyler Hero who could have played in the finals, but y'all kept pushing him back saying, oh, he has another setback. No. All right, let's see what else we got before we wrap up here. Appreciate y'all pulling up. I know it's a weekend thing, and goddamn, Mavs, man, I just can't believe it, bro. I just can't fucking believe it, bro. That's some nasty shit, dogs. Oh, Jay Crowder's back, 1 year deal. Okay, so he's off the list. Boss Man 99, who they gave up 5 second-round picks for, they bring him back on a 1 year deal. Damian Jones been traded to the Cavs. Now, this was a interesting piece here. The Spurs were mentioned heavily during the ESPN coverage earlier with Ramona Shelburne. She said that Dame he's enamored, I believe was the word usage, enamored with the Spurs, enamored with Greg Popovich, has the utmost respect for Pop, and was trying to spin it like, yo, you can find a way to get Dame to the Spurs. I think that's ludicrous. That's absolutely ludicrous. I don't see how that's happening. But, I mean, if the Spurs jump in here and throw some picks, again, but why would they? See, here's the problem with this stuff, right? So the Spurs would jump in and take Tyler Hero and give up draft collateral to help sweeten the pot for Portland. So the 3-teamer could be Hero to the Spurs. Miami sends probably protected first-round picks as well as some other future first-round picks from the Spurs, all to Portland. So the Spurs get Hero, Miami gets Dame, and Portland just gets a whole shit ton of first-round picks. I'll go to Preston in the chat. Is that enough for you? Hero goes to the Spurs, so you get some future Spurs picks and some future Miami picks. You probably still have to take Duncan Robinson. So you get Duncan Robinson and a whole, maybe like, let's guess, let's say at 4. That's a good number. 2 each for Miami and San Antonio. 4 future first-round picks and Duncan Robinson for Dame. Preston, is that enough? Big facts, 100% facts. We can't trade for no small frauds. Nah, I agree with you. He doesn't thread the needle. Plus, we got 3 guys already who I think are better in Sharp and in Scoot. Nope, I agree. I'm just saying, Tyler Hero ain't it, dogs. Salute the whole chat room and the host for sure. Great show. Hey, thank you for pulling up, Preston. I appreciate it, especially here on the weekends, especially an unplanned stream. I try to give y'all a little half an hour warning. You know what I'm saying? With the alerts that YouTube sends out. But yeah, thank y'all for pulling up. Mavs really out here tripping. Big facts, bro. I'm glad that the community is interacting. Love that shit, bro. Love that shit. Miami's a playoff team every year. Yeah, so those picks ain't gonna be high. Those picks are not gonna be high. There's gonna be like in the 20s. But the thought process is you can leverage those picks, right? So let's say your own pick is in the lottery, not high lottery, but like in the teens, right? You might be able to leverage a number 13 pick with a number 27 pick and be able to move up. So it's not like it's worthless. You just got to pair it with something else to make it worthwhile. So I agree that it's not a lot, that the picks could seem like they're not going to be that valuable. But if you leverage it and you package it, I think that's where the value in those picks come in. So 2 picks from Miami, 2 picks from the Spurs. Portland gets those picks, probably has to take on Duncan Robinson. Spurs sneak in there and get Tyler Hero to pair with Big Vic. So now we got Wembanyama and Tyler Hero. Can that really be the core? I don't know. Salute. For sure, Preston, for sure. All right, y'all. Let me see. I'm going to do one last check. It is the weekend. I got moves to make. I'm sure y'all do as well, but I appreciate y'all pulling up here wherever y'all are at. Y'all know it's July 4th weekend. Be safe in these streets. Y'all know how shit can go. We're going to do NBA Central just to see if there's anything. Damian Lillard reposts goodbye messages on Instagram. Damn, son. He ain't even gone yet. Damn. This is not how you... Damn, son. He ain't even in Miami yet, and he's posting goodbye messages. Shit. Well, I guess people are reaching out, so he's reposting it. Yikes. Damn, dogs. He ain't even waiting to get them goodbye messages off. Ran from the grind, Dame. You ran from the grind. It's okay. It was only a matter of time. All right, yeah, Pat Bev on the Sixers. We knew that already. Okay. Chris Haynes expects the Blazers to make Damian Lillard happy and send him to his preferred destination. So that's why they got to get the Spurs in there. Damian Lillard has been in communication with Heat players over the last few days. So we know what that means. Bam's his dog. As you see, Bam's his dog. And then, you know, Jimmy's been on that thread as well. Damian Lillard is only focused on the Heat per David Aldridge. OG that he is. Salute to him. Oh, yeah, that was the part. Deep respect. Damian Lillard has deep respect for the Spurs organization. That was her room on the Shelburne's report. All right. I think we up out of here, y'all. Y'all go ahead and enjoy y'all July 4th weekend. Yeah, man, Dame is a motherfucker, bro. He really is, bro. He really is, though. And you're right. You're also right. It was time. It was time. All right. Thank y'all so much for pulling up. Appreciate y'all as always. If the beard, I don't think I'm going to stream on, what's that, Monday? Because Monday is the holiday or whatever. It's the observed holiday or whatever. So I don't know. But if something happens with the beard, or if the actual trade for Dame goes through, I might pull up, do another quickie stream. Although this was not a quickie stream. I don't know. I'll be telling myself, quick stream, dog. And then we are an hour in. But anyway, salute to y'all. I appreciate y'all as always. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you haven't dropped a like, hit that like on the way out. I appreciate it. Poor Mavs man is stuck with Dwight Powell for 3 more years. You see it there. I feel for him. Send your prayers to Mavs man as he has to now deal with for the next 3 years, as we just discovered, the worst starting center in the National Basketball Association. Yikes. Salute, Preston. I'll catch y'all in the next one, y'all. Peace.